Hello, my name is Linda, also known as Torta Jala around the internet, and I love creative journaling and all things stationery. And today I wanted to show you a comparison of the two hobonichi A6 zip covers that I have so that you could see in more detail the difference between what I would call a standard zip cover that they make versus the Taut zip cover that they released in 2025. So right now we're in the Hobonichi preview season, so I don't know exactly what will be released for the following year, but since I have both of these Hobonichi zip covers, I just thought it would be good to point out the differences and give you a closer look since we are all, seeing all of the Hobonichi marketing these days. So first, I have a Malhia Kent Mauve Tweed zip cover in the A6 size, and this is actually from the 2023 release. This particular zip cover uses the fabric from the tweed maker Malhia Kent, so it's definitely pricier than other models that might be from like polyester material. But I just totally fell in love with these colors. I really like purple. I also really like tweed. So I had to get this cover, but I did get it discounted like after the fact, not when it first released. This cover is very tactile to the touch. I really like having it in my hand. So if that is something that you like, but of course the tweed you do have to be careful so that you don't get it, caught in things. But to match the color theme of this design, the zipper pull for this cover is actually a very wide navy colored grosgrain ribbon. And I actually really like this particular feature. I think it's very like classy and feminine, and the big zipper pull is actually very useful as well compared to like a very small piece of like leather zip pull that just makes it, more difficult to zip, I guess. But the idea for this design was that this zip cover can almost be like a wallet or a bag, like a carry, um, something that you would carry in your hand, like a purse. So one thing to note is that even though the design of these Hobonichi zip covers are very similar, they are going to be different in the details depending on the material, the theme, like what they're releasing that year. So every model might have like just tiny little differences. So definitely be sure to check out the official Hobonichi website for like the particular product cover that you're looking for because they will list all the specifications and the details. And I think sometimes like we're so enamored by a design, but then we don't like check all the details. So you definitely want to do that. I would recommend it. They keep all of their product um, pages online even after the year has finished, so you can always refer to them. So I've definitely linked to the specific product pages from the official Hobonichi website in the description below if you're interested in seeing. So you can like look through the marketing photos and all that kind of stuff, but when you scroll to the very bottom of the product page, like there's a specifications section. So it's useful because I can always confirm like the exact type of materials that are being used. Like, is it fabric? Is it polyester? Is it actual leather? Or is it faux? That kind of thing. So, definitely something to keep in mind and to check if you're on the market and looking for a Hobonichi zip cover. So this particular zip cover, like the zip, goes all the way around, and that is like the feature of the zip cover where you can just like throw all your stuff in it, zip it all the way around, and take it on the go. So this particular cover has real natural leather on the inside. So you can see here it is like natural undyed leather. I already got like a mark in here, I think, but yeah, that's just part of the wear and tear of like light colored leather. But I personally very much like that. It's like real leather, either fabric or real leather, more than like some of the other materials they might use in their covers. The layout of the inside of this zip cover is pretty standard for most like A6 zip covers. You have a series of pockets on the left-hand side, and it's also very similar to like the pocket configuration of just the regular colors type of hobonichi covers. But there is a difference because you get double like the pockets. Both on the left side here, you can slip stuff in, and the right side here, you can slip more things in. So, of course, this whole pocket configuration is great for journaling supplies or just for decoration, like keeping all the things that you want with your planner. And the center here has another natural leather bookmark, and note that this particular cover only has one bookmark. Some of them do come with two. But honestly, I feel like the bookmarks are a little weird with zip covers because you do have to be careful and like slip them in and make sure you don't accidentally like zip the bookmark when you're zipping all the way around. So I rarely use the bookmarks. I just sort of tuck it in. But I haven't been brave enough to actually cut them off. In some cases, like people will cut off the bookmarks because they never use them. But yeah, another little detail to note that from model to model, the material might be different. The bookmark itself might be made a little differently with different ends, and there might be one or two. On the right-hand side of this zip cover, there is a big pocket where you're going to be slipping your book into. And there's also another mesh pocket that's actually on top here. It's a compartment where you access on this right hand side here. There isn't any closure. It's just sort of like two pieces on top of each other. It's stretchy enough that like you can get items in here, but I don't necessarily think it's like super easy to like slip things in and out because of the mesh. I feel like sometimes you can get items caught in the mesh. So you do have to be just like more careful or diligent when you're putting items in here. I think that hobonichi shows that you could put like tools in here, like scissors or something like that, or eraser. But I feel like that's such an odd thing to put in this mesh pocket because your book is in here. So it would like smash into your book. So I'm not sure if that would really work. I think it's great maybe for deco. And then on the right-hand side here, there is a pretty large pen loop. It will fit pretty large fountain pens, sort of like upside down because you can like fit it up to this part, but then the cap area, it might not fit through anymore, or it might just be really finicky to like fit through. So I feel like since this is a leather pen loop, it's not stretchy. I think it would just be annoying to try to like, get your pen, like a big pen in here all the time. But you can, of course, just use the pen clip and secure it in this fashion, which I think is a lot more easy. And finally, there is a back pocket in these zip planners. In the A6 zip cover, it's sort of like a giant secretarial flap where it's secure just on the bottom and the left, and here it's all open. So I think the design is this way so that you can access items better and like fit them more rather than just being top loading. So with the A6 size, you could like fold up a full size sheet of paper and slip it in here. Um, so this particular cover, it is the tweed material. It does not have any outside pockets. It is just all over tweed material, and that's it for like the storage of this. So on the inside, when you put a hobonichi planner in this cover, you'll see that there's a lot of room all around. So it definitely fits an A6 like original like planner easily, and you can put in a pen and there's still quite a lot of room and you could zip up pretty easily without any issues. So I think that once you start loading this up with like more items in the back, maybe more tools, some people might even throw in like another pen or a highlighter or something, just loosely here or there. So because this zips up, you don't necessarily like maybe have to secure the items as much because you just as long as you could like zip it up and you can see it's quite roomy, um it could fit a lot of items. So that is the standard A6 hobonichi type of cover. Now let's take a closer look at this Taut zip cover that was released in 2025. It's called Cafe au Lait Plaid, And this is also A6, and the fabric is made by Bonotto. It's like an Italian brand, and I was just lusting over this since the beginning because it just looks so like classy and like coffee themed. I did get it secondhand though, because again, these are pricier covers, not just because it's a zip cover, but because of the materials used and like the fact that it's real leather. So comparing these two zip covers just like closed, you can already see there is a huge difference when it comes to the profile. The Taut cover is so much more compact, it's smaller, it's thinner, and that was their goal. They just wanted to make something that was extremely snug to like an A6. Actually, there's an A5 version of this as well, but they just wanted to make something that was very snug to like the planner with like a pen, and that's it. So same with the Tweed cover. This is an all wool fabric cover on the outside, and it zips all the way around as well. And this one has a more traditional zip pull, so smaller, just a little tab. But this is real leather in this like chocolate cover, and it basically matches the inside, which is also real leather in this like chocolatey, espresso-y kind of color. So you can see that inside, this zip cover is so much more minimal when it comes to the setup of the pockets and things. You basically just have two slits for like business cards or like deco. I suppose if you didn't carry around a lot of cards, that could hold like your ID, your credit card, and that's it, you know? There is a pocket on the left, like a full length, and a full length on the right. So that is sort of where you would slip in your planners, either, you know, on both sides or just on the right-hand side. And then there is a little pen holder as well, like a pen loop. It's not as large as the other one, and I think really it's just meant to be used with a clip of your pen. And that's it. There are no other pockets or anything in this taut covers. It's like no frills. This is all leather though, so you can see uh, I can put the hobonichi planner in here and a fountain pen, and it just fits like perfectly. So you can see that it is a perfect fit. Hence why it's called the taut cover. I think that it's just supposed to be a perfect snug fit for your planner and your pen and maybe like a few items here or there in the pockets. So one thing I've noticed just in general with both zip covers, because I think it could happen with either the standard or the taut one, it's just that the standard cover obviously has more space, whereas the taut one has less. But if you don't pay attention and you're someone who just like throws things in and zips it up really fast and throws it in your bag, you might possibly be like smushing your pen into the planner, like if the planner inside is like slightly shifted or diagonal, you know. So then when you open it up, you might notice that your pen clip could have like smushed into the pages and like wrinkled everything up. This actually happened to me. Um, so that's why I wanted to mention it because I didn't think about it at first, but then I realized like, oh, okay, you do need to take just like a moment, you know, to like adjust, like be slightly diligent about the fact that you're going to put things in their place before you close up the zip cover so you're not, you know, damaging anything. Obviously in the standard cover you just have more space in general, so in a way you have like more leeway, right, in throwing your pens in or whatever without causing damage, but it could still happen. It just depends how things are like smushed into this zip cover, because like when you zip it up it's like tightly um all together, and if you like throw it in your bag and it gets, you know, sort of bopped around, things can happen. So generally, I think that the taut cover, it is going to get really tight if you're someone who chunks up your planner because it's made to fit so snugly. I mean, there's some room, but not a lot, you know, like if you're someone who junk journals or puts a lot of ephemera in your books, I feel like you're not going to have enough room at some point and you're going to have to move out of this cover. So when I put in one of the Hobonichi notebooks in here, the planner, I feel like, yes, it works with the taut cover, but if you think you're going to chunk it up a lot, maybe it's better to use like a Hobonichi notebook or like just any thinner A6 notebook, because then you just have more room, if that makes sense. Yeah, of course, the standard zip cover just has more space in general to put like papers, stickers, just all kinds of supplies, all in like the back pocket, the side pocket. So, of course, it really depends on what you need. I think that each type of cover has its place and they cater just to different requirements depending on how much stuff you prefer to have with you, or if you have like a completely separate, pen case or, pencil bag or, journaling bag where you keep a bunch of supplies. So you're really only using this for your book, like to protect your book, rather than carrying a whole bunch of other stuff. Um, I don't know. Generally, I think that by comparison, you can just see how much difference there is in profile between the standard zip cover and the Taut compact one. So if you're carrying this around with you, what would fit in your bag more easily. And there's definitely just a difference in feel because the Taut cover is so sleek, so compact, whereas this one is a bit more hefty and puffy, but it can obviously fit a lot more things. But of course, if you put a lot of things in it, it's going to get even more, heavy and puffy. Yeah, so those are the two types of hobonichi zip covers that I have, and I just wanted to share them with you, hoping that this video can help you understand the difference if you can't test out these covers in real life. And again, I want to note yet again to make sure you go to the product pages on the Hobonichi website so you can check the specifications and the details. They have measurements, they have all the numbers, they have like the details of what materials are being used. So I always tend to go for like leather or fabric. I'm not a huge fan of the polyester, um, but it just depends on what you're looking for. But again, you just want to check the specifications so you could see exactly what everything is made out of. And of course, the different materials will reflect in the price. Yeah, so that is all I wanted to share. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I would be happy to help out. I hope you have a very lovely day and a happy Hobonichi preview season. And until next time, bye.